Thai Bam Bam Tuivasa, the greatest Australian heavyweight fighter of all time, is coming back after exactly 3 months' time to fight Sergey Pavlovich, a 30-and-a-half-year-old who is taller, who is lengthier, who is on a 4-fight knockout streak, all of which that have been in round number 1. And Thai Bam Bam Tuivasa is coming back after I believe it was a 3rd-round knockout on Cyril Gane, 3 months after that to fight Sergey Pavlovich. 3 months! That is not enough time. I'm going to say that right now. Tai Tuivasa needs to take a little bit more time before he's fighting a killer like Sergey Pavlovich. And it's not only that he's just fighting Sergey on this short of a time span from his previous loss to Cyril Gane in the main events of UFC France, but the other thing is that it's a co-main event. What is that? The Tai Tuivasa Sergey Pavlovich is not 5 rounds. As soon as I heard this fight was getting announced, I was like, for sure, Sergey just knocked out Derek Lewis in less than a minute, if you don't remember, less than a minute, and Derek Lewis losing to Tai Tuivasa, losing to Sergey Pavlovich, is about to have a main event on November 19th. This dude's about to have a main event on November 19th. On a UFC Fight Night main event. Derek Lewis coming off 2 losses to who? Tai Tuivasa and Sergey Pavlovich. And these guys are not going to be the main event. 2 guys that beat the guy that's going to be in the main event. Nah, that just does not sit right with me. That does not sit right with me, especially if the damn main event is Kevin Holland and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If the main event is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Kevin Holland, we got problems. We have problems here, man. Number 7 welterweight in the world on a 2-fight losing streak to Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad. Granted. Number 4 and number 5 in the UFC's welterweight division. Not bad. Some good fighters there. You beat number 6 right there. You beat number 9, Vicente Luque. Cool. Very nice. You fought Jorge Masvidal. Very nice. But for the UFC to come out here and say that number 7 in the world, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, is going to fight a guy that hasn't even cracked the top 15 of the welterweight division in Kevin Trailblazer Holland, who's only beaten in the welterweight division Alex Oliveira, who, let's remind the fans, let's remind the fans really quick about Alex Oliveira. Let's go down. Alex Oliveira's not in the UFC. The man's not in the UFC anymore. I'm not even joking about this. The dude lost to Kevin Holland right there. Before that, lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Randy Brown, who's unranked in the welterweight division. Nico Price, who is unranked in the welterweight division. Then he lost to Kevin Holland. Okay. Got submitted by Damian Maia in a grappling match. And then right here, in a random fight card, in a random main event, BF Mr. Cage Fight Music Show, Michel Silva, a 23-10-1 random fighter on the regional scene, goes out there and darces Alex Oliveira in round number 2. The same round that grant me, Kevin Holland was able to knock him out. Kevin Holland knocked him out. What was it? A minute 15, a minute 13 seconds faster than Michel Silva was able to submit him. Michel Silva is just some random guy on the regional scene that was able to go out there and beat Alex Oliveira. If Kevin Holland, his most recent win is against a guy that's, first off, not in the UFC. Second off, came off a loss to Hamza Chimaev. Beat Tim Means right there as well. That's a decent win. That's a decent win, but he's already lost to a lot of guys that are barely inside the top 15 or outside of the top 15, like D-Rod, Nico Price, Sergio Moraes, Alex Oliveira right there as well. If he's getting wins over these guys, Alex Oliveira, as well as Tim Dirty Bird Means, whatever the name is, and he's going to be fighting a damn 39-year-old, nearing 40-year-old Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in the main event of a UFC fight night. Dude, something is seriously wrong right here. Something is seriously wrong. Like, it's not only that Kevin Holland is, 2-1 in the welterweight division, has yet to beat a guy inside of the top 15, beat one guy that's not in the UFC, one guy that is, like, a veteran of the game, and that is how old right now? 38 years old? And is coming off a loss? And that's another thing. Coming off a loss to Khamzat Chimaev. Not ranked, fighting another guy that's coming off of 2 losses in Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who's ranked 7. Where is Sergey ranked? Where's Sergey ranked? Let's go to heavyweight. Where is Sergey ranked? I'm not even, where is Sergey? Number 5. Number 5 in the UFC's heavyweight division, Sergey Pavlovich, a guy that has come off of 4. Now, I'm not talking 1, 2 knockout wins in a row. I'm not talking 3 first or second round knockout. I'm talking 4 first round knockout wins over Marcelo Golm in about a minute of round 1, Maurice Green in 2 minutes, Shamil Abdurakhimov with a minute left in the round, and Derek Lewis in less than a minute. He knocked out Derek Lewis in less than a minute. Yeah, you can say early stoppage, whatever you want to say. How long did it take Cyril Gane? 3 rounds, almost to the 4th round. Tai Tuivasa, 2 rounds. Daniel Cormier into round number 2. Junior Dos Santos into round number 2. Mark Hunt, round 4. Sean Jordan, round number 2. Oh, we have to go all the way back to 8 years ago to get anywhere near what Sergey Pavlovich was able to do. Matt Mitrione got the only close knockout win. The Sergey Pavlovich win in 55 seconds. And Derek Lewis is in a main event in November against Sergey Spivak. But yet another guy named Sergey and Sergey Pavlovich, who just went out there and knocked Derek Lewis out in 55 seconds, fighting Tai Tuivasa, one of the biggest names in the heavyweight division right now. Super fan friendly, 29 years old, was on a 5-fight win streak, all in round number 1, round number 2, also knocked out Derek Lewis. This guy taking on Sergey Pavlovich is going to be the co-main. Those are just some of the problems I have here. Those are just some. I went on that tangent, but y'all heard at the beginning of this video, I was going off of Tai Tuivasa coming back too early. The man just got knocked out. How long ago? What's today's date? October 26th. The man got knocked out 1 month and 1 week ago. 1 month and 1 week ago. And again, he's fighting a guy. First round knockout, and just got a knockout win in 55 seconds on Derek Lewis. 55 seconds. And this is a co-main event. This is the co-main event. I mean, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I thought Derek Lewis, Jack Hermanson should have been the main event based off of the rankings and based off where they're both at in their MMA careers. Because even if we look at the middleweight division, number 8 Jack Hermanson and number 5 Derek Brunson, 5 and 8 compared to 7 and unranked. That is still better, but even better than that is number 4 and number 5, top 5 heavyweights in the world. These guys are 1 to 2 fights away from a UFC heavyweight title fight, and they are in the co-main event. They're in the co-main event. This is something we need to talk about. I'm being serious here. I'm gonna look at a few other cards, because this is obviously the main topic for right now. Is Tai Tuivasa Sergey Pavlovich just got announced 3 months after Tuivasa just got knocked out, after Sergey got the first round knockout. Now they're gonna be the co-main event. This needs to be talked about more. I'm gonna look at a few other cards to see if we have a similar thing happening. Alright, this one looks fine. Calvin Kattar, Arnold Allen. Obviously seems like it should be the main event for that card. Bryce Mitchell, Movsar Evloev. Alright, makes sense. Makes sense for the main event. These are main events that make sense. Adesanya Pereira, makes sense. Louis Spivak. For that card, it makes sense, obviously. For that card, it makes sense. But again, Sergey Pavlovich tied to Ivasa makes sense as the main events for December 3rd. That should be the main event on that one. UFC 282. We don't even have a main event. Cannonier, Strickland. We don't really have that. Arman Tsarukyan, Damir Ismagulov obviously should be the co-main event, but shouldn't be above Strickland and Cannonier. Gastelum Imavov. This might be another one. This is another one. There it is. There it is. That's two. That's two. I'm not joking here. I have a problem with this. I got a serious problem with the UFC doing this stuff to guys like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Jeff Neal, Sergey Pavlovich, and Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa. Shavkat is a damn undefeated 16-0 Kazakhstan fighter. Just destroyed Neil Magny in round 2. Obliterated Carlston Harris in round 1. Alex Oliveira, Michael Prazeres is undefeated. Beat a damn middleweight in 2016 in Junyoung Park. And this dude is the co-main event with Jeff Neal, a guy that just went out there and dominated Vicente Luque. Jeff Neal is legit, ladies and gentlemen. This dude destroyed Vicente Luque for 3 rounds and knocked him out round number 3. Jeff Neal is goddamn legit for the welterweight division. Legit. I'm talking this dude has a legit claim to go out there and beat guys like Gilbert Burns. To beat guys like Leon Edwards. He's got a shot to beat these guys. Shavkat Rakhmonov, same thing, has a shot inside this top 10. And guess where they're ranked? Guess where Jeff Neal is? Number 6. Guess where Shavkat Rakhmonov is? Number 10. We have 2 top 10 UFC welterweight fighters in the world. And then we got Nasruddin Imavov, a guy I'm not as much hyped as I am for Shavkat Rakhmonov. I mean, they're both good prospects. Rakhmonov's a good prospect. Imavov is a good prospect. But having Imavov above Rakhmonov, having Gastelum above Jeff Neal is disgraceful. I know Gastelum's a veteran of the game, former title challenger and things like that. I don't care. Where in the world is Gastelum right now? Number 11. Isn't that where he is? Number 11 on the UFC rankings right now. Nasruddin Imavov, number 12. We're talking 2 guys in the middleweight division that aren't even in the top 10. Nasruddin Imavov has 0 wins. 0 wins inside of the top 15. Not even one. Not even freaking 1 win inside of the top 15. Kelvin Gastelum, let's take a look. Lost to Robert Whittaker, beat Ian Heinisch. Where's he at? Is he outside the top 15? Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Lost to Jack Hermanson. Lost to Darren Till. Let's go down more. Lost to Adesanya. Legit guys. Ronaldo Souza. Is he in the top 15? No. Michael Bisping. Is he in the top 15? No. Let's go down more. Vitor Belfort. Is he even in the UFC? Kennedy. Hendricks. Neil Magny freaking beat him. None of these guys that he's beaten recently have been inside the top 15. His only win recently, because goddamn, the man is 1-4, 1-5 in his last 5 fights. The only guy he's beaten is Ian Heinisch. Ian Heinisch is the only guy. And Nasruddin Imavov has recently lost to a guy that's outside of the top 15 in Phil Hawks. And these guys are supposed to be the main event over Jeff Neal, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let me repeat this to you one more time. Kelvin, in the last 4 years, 5 years, his only win since 2018 has been against Ian Heinisch. Has lost to Darren Till, Adesanya, Jack Hermanson, Robert Whittaker, Jared Cannonier. Great fighters. Very, very good fighters here. But his only win was Ian freaking Heinisch. Ian Heinisch, that's it. That is it. Where is Ian Heinisch on the rankings? Well, number 32. Number 32. Also lost to Nasruddin Imavov. Lost to Omari Akhmedov, Derek Brunson. Only beating Gerald Meerschaert right there. And a good win, not to mention. But that is the only win Gastelum has gotten recently. Nasruddin Imavov. All right, good wins. Solid wins here. Edmund Shabazian. Solid. Ian Heinisch. All right. Where are these guys in the rankings? Is Ian in the rankings? Is Ian in the top 15? No. Is Edmund in the rankings? No. Is Joaquin in the rankings? No. Has Joaquin Buckley did Joaquin Buckley win a round? Did Joaquin Buckley win a round on Nasruddin Imavov? Yes. Yes, he did. Shavkat, I don't even remember the last time this dude's lost a round. I don't think this man has lost a single round in the UFC. Nasruddin has a loss in the UFC, is ranked lower than Shavkat Rakhmonov, has beaten guys that are not in the top 15, whereas Shavkat has finished Neil Magny in the UFC's welterweight division, the number 13 welterweight in the world. That should be a little bit higher. Should be a bit higher. He went out there, destroyed him, dominated him, beat Carlson Harris, Michael Prazeres, Alex Oliveira, undefeated, number 10 welterweight in the world, Jeff Neal, losing to Neil Magny, top 15 guy, Stephen Thompson, top 15 guy, whereas Nasruddin Imavov, the only guys he's losing to are outside of the top 15, beating Santiago Ponzinibbio and Vicente Luque, a top 10 UFC welter. We're talking number 6 versus number 10 is below number 11, number 12. That makes no sense. Number 6, number 10. The winner is getting a fighter like Gilbert Burns, like Hamza Chimaev, like Colby, like Usman, like Leon. The winner of that fight is getting one of those guys. The winner of Imavov versus Gastelum, who are they going to get? Who are they going to get? What? The loser of Derek Brunson, Jack Hermanson. Well, they're going to move up to number 8, number 7 after that win? Where does Jeff Neal Shavkat move? To the damn top 5. They're future title contenders. They're about to fight for the belt. And Jeff Neal and Santiago Ponzinibbio, sorry, not him. I was reading that one. Shavkat Rakhmonov are lower. They're not even, I mean, as of right now, they're not the co-main event. They should be the main event. Jeff Neal Shavkat should be the main event over Nasruddin and Kelvin Gastelum. Even on Tapology, they have Jeff number 7, Shavkat number 8, Imavov number 10, Gastelum 14, and yet they're the main event. Jeff Neal Shavkat's the co-main. And back to the topic we're supposed to be going about. Tai Tuivasa, number 4 contender in the world. Sergey Pavlovich, number 5 contender in the world. Steven, 2-fight losing streak. Not in the top 5 of the UFC's welterweight division. Kevin Holland wasn't in the top 5 at middleweight, isn't even in the top 15 at welterweight. That's the main event. That's the main event. That's it. Kevin versus Steven is the main event. I got problems with this. I got huge problems with this. So if you have problems with this as well, comment down below any other fight cards that are similar to this, like Stephen Thompson, Kevin Holland, like Sergey Pavlovich, Tai Tuivasa, where the co-main event should clearly be the main event. There's no doubt in my mind, Tuivasa Sergey should be the main event. There's no doubt in my mind, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Jeff Neal should be the main event. Without a doubt in my mind, there's not even a second in my mind that I'm like, maybe they should be the co-main. They should be the main event, 1,000%. There's no changing my mind on that. So put your thoughts down below, like and subscribe. Yeah, try to say that.